I welcome all fans of Laravel to the CutCode channel. Recently, there was an update with a new patch of Laravel called Precognition. At the time of recording this video, it has not yet been added to the official documentation. The update is still hanging as an open pull request. Perhaps something else will change in the process, but it's okay. We'll make another video with an analysis of the changes. Just a couple of hours ago, I decided to take a look at how it works, whether it works, and in the process I got the idea why not show you and tell you in detail what's what. We will analyze the same basic example from the pull request, and I think it will be interesting. Well, let's go. Friends, in general, feature precognition is translated as foresight, and we can control what exactly we want to receive from our application within the request and response headers. That is, to create such portioned answers within the framework of something. If, for example, we speak within the framework of form requests, now we are faced with a task. There is a registration, there is a set of fields, a nickname, an email. There is a separate form request for this where we have validation rules that are a unique and necessarily a nickname, a unique email, a password, and to match the password, repeat the password. Standard scheme. And I also think you often notice on various sources where the nickname is checked dynamically right at the input and prompt the user whether such a nickname is occupied or not. In general, the task is not difficult. For this we need an additional form request only for the nickname and an additional action that will check all this, but within the framework of the nickname. But with the advent of feature precognition, we can do all this within one form request and the same action. Only in the header we indicate that only the nickname is checked, and in the response we will receive either nickname validation errors or any empty response. That is, we will not continue registration here either. Let's see how it all works, how easy it is to implement within the framework of precognition. I have already sketched everything, and now I will tell you step by step. Firstly, it is necessary on the road itself. In this case, we have a registration handler to add a new middleware, handle precognitive request. Here it came just from the new update. Next, I have inertia, but I use Axios here, show in more detail. And we call the precognition request method on the input data input events. I call it that, indicate the data that we send, but all the magic happens in the header, where in the headers we indicate that this is a precognitive request and only the nickname needs to be validated. And if everything is fine, if we have a 200 for response, that is, there is no content, then we say that the nickname is unique. Or otherwise, we indicate that the nickname is already taken. If we take a look at the form request itself, then within this feature we can also add conditions. Check if this is a precognitive request, then we can change the rules a little. Then we change the rules a little. Within the framework of the nickname, we check only for uniqueness. In other cases, both mandatory and the minimum set of characters, and so on. Here we can also configure this moment. I have only one user in my user base. His nickname is Lee2Dev, that is, this nickname should pass with an error that we have it. Let's get back to our form. Let's see how it works. We will also open the console with requests, so let's show you how it worked without precognition. Input events continue to work for us. And in this case, we have a 422 error of the standard validation exception, and in the answer we have JSON with a check on all fields, both email and password, and accordingly the nickname if we had one and did not fall under the minimum character set. Let's now go back and include a title with precognition. Here we indicate that we have a precognition request and only check the nickname In my opinion, I already said this, but it's okay. I repeat. Let's refresh and check again. Now, when entering a nickname, if we don't have one, that is, a check mark is displayed. I remember that we only have Litoda in the database. Let's enter it. As you can see, the icon has changed to nothing. Such a nickname is not allowed. We still have the same exception, 422 error. But in the preview, we'll see only nickname validation. We don't see anything in emails and stuff anymore. And if we now enter a nickname that is initially not in the database, then we will end up with an empty response and a status of 204, that there is no content. And in such a simple way, we organized the request, indicated that it was Precognition, hung up the necessary middleware, and worked together within one form request. With this update comes a little sugar, a small wrapper over the same Axios, the Precognition library, Laravel Precognition or Laravel Precognition View. It looks like this. I left it here to demonstrate to you. That is, everything is the same, only it is not required to specify the headers every time. We just indicate the data we are checking. It will already wrap the entire request with the necessary headers. And as part of the option, we will indicate what to do with successful prediction and what to do if an error occurs. Friends, here is such a simple but informative example directly from the pull request. What do you think about this feature? Will you use it in your projects? Let's discuss in the comments. Friends, that's all. I hope you liked the video. It was useful, and I in turn thank you for watching and for the like that you just put. This is the fuel for the development of the channel and my motivation to work more actively for you. Thank you all again for watching, and we will see you in the next video on the CutCode channel.